Hi there, straight in with video number 2. Boy, like literally I have to do the disclaimers on this one. Disclaimers, these are just my thoughts and opinions, and also I swear. Now, I don't know if anybody's seen this thing about Ilhan Omar getting sprayed with some smelly juice. Mate, I didn't make it up. In a town hall meeting, right? Now, some people will not know who Ilhan Omar is, and I'm not 100% sure myself. I know that she is basically one of the faces of Somali fraud in America, because she's Somali and she's committing fraud by what we can see. It was just found out the other day that her and her husband had a winery. And it's hilarious because obviously the whole Somali fraud thing came out because Nick Shirley went round the early learning centre, and was it? I'm getting confused with early learning, and I didn't have early in it, did it? Maybe I'm thinking Nick Shirley got in early. Shut up, carry on. But basically, Quality Learning Centre, that's it. They couldn't even spell learning. And they were running a daycare centre with no kids. They've got the Somalis in Minnesota, and all over America, like loads of people are coming out and exposing them now. Like they've got childcare centres with no kids in. They've got healthcare centres with no patients in. They've got transport centres that they don't move their fucking vehicles whatsoever. They are scamming Americans to the tune of millions, then coming on before a screen and saying, I don't understand why everybody's picking on our Somali community. All we want is to be left alone and all that. They're literally thieves. It turned out that the pirates in their own, when they're left to their own devices and in their own country, they pirate, they steal. And who would have ever thought that when they're let into the land of milk and fucking honey, they steal that milk and honey? But here we are. And literally nobody's been prosecuted for it that I've seen, right? Well, I don't know how valid it is. I saw a little short on YouTube of this guy in this black and gold fucking, like the old Temu Diddy with his fucking £3,500 cocksucker glasses. Cocksucker, like literally, with fucking mouth like a bleeding blow up doll as well. Yeah, unfortunately, we were robbed and they took everything that we could give as proof that we weren't lying. Naughty bad, and I don't think nobody's been prosecuted for that particular theft either. But literally, the Somalis are robbing America blind, right? America let them in. It don't matter whether it was Biden that let them in, mate. It's them bastards that let them in. This is a Masonic agenda, mate. Fuck all to do with Biden. Fuck all to do with Trump. Fuck all to do with Starmer. Fuck all to do with bloody Boris Johnson. It's them, but well, it is, except for the fact that, I know that Johnson and Starmer will both be Freemasons. I don't know about Trump and Biden. But it's a Masonic agenda. It's not down to any one person. Stop pointing the blame. It's upwards that we need to be pointing, to find the bad guys in this. Well, the Somalis are pretty fucking bad. And let's not forget that they're all fucking Muslims, so that they're taught from birth that basically men are better than women and that women are sexual objects if they've not got a head covering on, that they can be taken sexually. Right? These are just fucking facts that we're ignoring because we're being gaslit on a daily basis. Now, this Ilhan Omar woman, corrupt as fuck. Governor Tim Walz is still in a fucking job, right? Because, fuck knows why. Like, literally, this man allowed billions of dollars of theft in his on the job. He's still in that job because he's gaslit everybody and said, no, I didn't do that. And gaslighting now seems to placate everybody. We've got Keir Starmer. He's like, because I don't like speaking about American stuff. I feel guilty because it's like, not my cervix, not my menses. Do you know what I mean? But like, you know, like in the UK, we're corrupt as fuck. We've got Keir Starmer, who is the most hated man in the country. We pay him. He works for us. He is doing a shit job. We can't sack him. He's going around cancelling fucking elections. We are living in a dictatorship here. And nobody's doing a fucking thing about it. We can't do a thing about it because they're getting away with gaslighting. Right? So Ilhan Omar's there like, oh, but you know, Somali community, we've got, oh, what a name, Nazir Ahmed, fucking with the bananas and fucking rice. Like, oh yeah, I was kidnapped by ICE and whatever. Seen the video of that happening. Buggered me, she was fucking lying, weren't she? Whoever would have known, but bananas and rice, am I right? Anyways, Ilhan Omar yesterday was doing this town hall thing. Some bloke who was sitting 6 feet in her direct line of sight. She's looking at him, he's looking at her. Faces literally like this. Do you know what I mean? Like literally, she could have ducked when he jumped up. Didn't. Right? He squirted her with this. All we know about this substance is that it smelled really bad because we heard somebody on the video saying, no, that smells really bad. So it could have been piss. Don't know. It was a kind of piss colour, but well, it needs to say a doctor really if it was. Like, but you know, like, we don't know what this was. That would have been the first thing that I'd want to know, right? But let's take out Ilhan Omar and like go and look at it. I'm not one of these people who can splice in videos. I'm so sorry, right? But he squirted a noxious. We know it's noxious. That's what smelly means, isn't it? It was an unpleasant substance on her breasticles. What did she? And like her initial response was pure fucking rage. You saw her face. So whether he'd done it at the wrong time. I don't know. Go watch, because like I had my suspicions verified by Jesus Enrique Rosas, but it is on YouTube, the body language guy. He's done a video on it, so you'll get to see the video if you want to see the video from numerous fucking angles, and he'll tell you the actual body language, and he will corroborate what it is that I'm saying. But my point with it was she didn't know what that fucking substance were, right? This man squirted a substance on her. She's in, like, again, elected representative in amongst people. That could have been Novichok. It could have been a nerve agent. Literally everybody in that room could have been dead. He could have been on a suicide mission, right? We don't know. She did not know. Her initial response was anger. She went after him with a fucking fist to go and clout him one, right? Didn't even look down that I saw at what was on her. Could have been acid. You know, it could have been like something that literally within 5 minutes, everybody in that room would have been dead. Could have been that like literally it had just burnt her tits off. She did not know what it was. She didn't even look to check what it was. She just went, no, I'm going to pull a Trump and go back. Because no, I don't believe that Trump had an assassination attempt at all, mate. Sorry. I'm on nobody's side here. I'm on our side here. I don't care who you elect, who's on the telly. I don't trust any of them. You don't get on the fucking telly without being sus. Do you know what I mean? You don't get into positions of power without being sus. Look at my fucking mayor, Peter Soulsby. Actually, last night he did a Q&A on some radio thing. Day before, they put on Facebook, what would you like to ask him? So I said, like, oh, I'd like to know why we're being forced to mask when the public resoundingly said no thank you. Don't know whether they'll have asked him that one, but I should imagine that they fucking wouldn't. But that's what we're living with. On my estate is a microcosm of the UK. It's like basically we're Islamifying the UK, you're putting up with it, don't give a shit what you say. You have no opinion. You know, like, we've voted in the man in charge, now everything's up to him. The millions of people, 60 million or whatever, residents of the UK, all get their decisions made by this one man who every single one of them hates and cannot get rid of. And we've got it. The people of Leicester, you know, like, you read whenever they put anything on Facebook, at any time, like, just somebody put in, oh, Peter Salisbury's going to be answering questions. The hatred in them comments. Every single person, pretty much, who fucking ran for election, and Shocker Adam, my current MP, did it as well to try and get him out. You watch Shocker Adam go for mayor. You watch Shocker Adam get mayor. And it will be decided at the lodge on London Road that I found out existed in my dreams. So, yeah, but this Ilhan Omar, it's like, that's just fucking swept away. But she and like, Jesus, like, I have said on many a video that I get a huge boner for Jesus. And this is one Jesus that I get a huge boner for. Jesus is fucking amazing. I love him. And he's cute as a button. But like he said, she said, I can't even remember this woman's name. I want to say her name's Gnome. Not with a G, though. Not like God and Gnome. Anyway, she said this sentence, get this woman out, or like, she needs to be impeached. And then she looked at this man looked at her, he jumped up, he squirted this thing. So every time, and he proved it because he was constantly repeatedly showing this happening and saying, like, look, whenever you play it, there's that sentence. She just goes, this woman needs out, she needs impeaching, boom, action happens. And then you go back to look if it was staged, and you have to listen to that, get this woman out again. Do you know what I mean? So, like, literally, I think it's staged. And you wouldn't be sprayed with a noxious substance if you knew. You know, like, if you knew that people would hate you anyway, and if you're in any position of power, that's gonna fucking happen. Do you know what I mean? I am not in a position of power, and I know that people hate me because I have an opinion that goes against the gaslighting that we all endure on a daily basis. Let's bring Karen Pickering into it, shall we? Karen Pickering, and Elaine Pantlin as well, our ward councillors who gaslit us, who said, you're having this fucking mask, shut up. They told us to shut up. And this is, you know, like, and you could see it again, a microcosm of a bigger thing. Like, but the amount of people that I've spoken to that have said, yeah, we've got to let it go now. Because they've been told by liars. Karen Pickering and Elaine Pantlin, liars, literally, arse-licking Salisbury. For a pay packet, for fucking ego, for God knows what, not for their constituents. Actively fucking over the people that they are paid to represent, because Freemasons have decided that England needs to become an Islamic country. We're easier to control that way. And Islam hasn't changed for 14 fucking hundred years. And will not ever fucking change. Never. That's the whole point of Islam. You cannot change it. It cannot be progressive. This is what's hilarious about the fucking left. Going like, oh yeah, we'll teach them how to accept gays. They've not changed in 1400 years. They don't plan on changing in the next 1400 years. The whole point of Islam is that it stays identical for fucking ever. And they have in their holy book that they're going to kill you the first chance they get. And they have said, we have chosen, we've hijacked the left because they're stupid people. Because they are stupid. Because they will believe any old shit. And just to come back to Karen Pickering, going, oh yeah, the imam's a lovely fella. And since I've heard her go on about how lovely the imam is, seen so many fucking imams, watched, I have a whole fucking playlist on YouTube of imams saying that you can marry a little girl. Let's just take that one thing. Imams saying, yeah, we'll marry, like the guy who went round with his 12-year-old sister, and it's like, yeah, basically she started wearing jeans and things like this. She's getting a bit, in England, she's getting a bit too Western. We want to marry her off with this guy in his late 20s. They'll move to London. She's going to move in with him, but we just need her out of general circulation and possessed and owned by a man and like shut away. And the imams, the lovely fellas, are going like, yeah, we can do that, but it won't be legal, the law of the land. It'll be legal in Sharia law, because it is legal in Sharia law. And in Sharia law, it's also legal for a little girl to be anally raped anally up to and vaginally after the age of 8. And that's what's coming, and that's what Karen Pickering is advocating. That's what Karen Pickering thinks is lovely. Is a religion that basically the men, 200 men that are going to be turning up to that building 5 times a day next to a primary school, and every single one of them men has been told from birth to be like Muhammad, because Muhammad is perfect, and Muhammad married a 6-year-old and took her virginity while she was 9. That is why we have Muslim fucking grooming gangs. But we gaslit about that. And Karen Pickering says there's no such thing. And I have that on video of her saying, no proof of Muslim grooming gangs. And that's how she's getting away, because all she cares about is getting that mosque on the estate. That's what she's told her bosses she's going to do, is make sure we have a mosque. She's the go-between between them bastards and us, and she is on their side. And she's considered a lefty. Literally, we're fucked, mate. Like, literally, everything that happens, it's like, oh, this fucking really bad thing's happened. No, it didn't. On you go with your day. We're surrounded by lies. We gaslit on a daily basis, and we just stick it. Do you know what I mean? The amount of people that have just said like, oh yeah, we've just got to let it go. We've just got to wait for this mosque to open and put in individual complaints. That's what we've been told to do by both Karen Pickering and Elaine Panton and the police. We're not even allowed to look at Islam. We're not, and like literally, so I have. And it only needs a cursory glance to know Islam should not take over this fucking country. You've only got to fucking go visit one of the no-go zones that they say aren't there, because they practice taqiyya. The whole world, the whole country is taqiyya up to fuck. But yeah, the whole world. Because they invented the bastards. It's like, no, we didn't do that. Black is white, up is down. Your mum's your dad. Do you know what I mean? And, in amongst everything, like we don't talk about deaths since the Rona. But obviously we've got the deaths of the aftermath of the cure. That's like literally the amount of people that have died from that. But the amount of people committing suicide because this world makes no fucking sense. I've had to be referred back to vitamins because I can't cope. And I'm one of the strongest people I've ever met in my life. Like, literally, there's very little that gets to me. But, like, life circumstances and stuff, like, I find that I can't cope. Not suicidal, will never be suicidal. If anything ever happens to me, investigate the bastard. Please. With Brenda Leyland. Brenda Leyland, the woman who fucking outed the McCanns. Madeleine McCann, never been any justice for that. People still believe that she was fucking abducted. No evidence of an abduction. Freemasons fucking everywhere. Pedos fucking everywhere. And nothing. It's like, no, she was abducted. Because some Freemasons said she's abducted. Literally, them bastards need fucking outing. Do you know what I mean? I don't like talking about, like, politics and stuff. But I have to. Because it all ties in. Everything ties in. To just not letting them bastards have the entire world. My area of expertise is the God stuff. That is the only thing I feel I can speak about with some authority. I know for an absolute fact that we've been lied to about what God is, which is why I don't trust Russell Brand, because you can't go from being spiritual to all of a sudden saying everything that happens to me is because of some beardy bloke on a fucking cloud. So that's why I don't trust Russell Brand. Fuck his Pied Piper tattoos, shit like this, anything else. Will not even watch him anymore. Literally, because he got fucking baptised. You lying bastard. You cannot go backwards. Once you realise that religion is a fucking lie and that we're spiritual beings and we're all made of energy and this, that and the other, and you realise that we've been lied to about what God is, you can't then decide, oh yeah, I'm going to be tied to a book. That's a tool of control. Once you realise that's a tool of control, you never knowingly go, yeah, stick the shackles back on, mate. I can't be asked to think for myself. So yeah, I'm calling everybody else out now, aren't I? But like I said, like if anything happens to me, I'm not suicidal. It's literally because I'm telling you the fucking truth. I will only ever tell you the truth. And if you go back to my old video, I'll never do it because I want to make money out on you. I don't want anything from anybody but your ears to hear, your brain to process it, and your heart to believe. Everybody that loves religion for love, everybody who's got a relationship with Jesus, you're right. I have a relationship with Jesus. Do I believe he fucking existed? No. Do I believe in every fucking word that man said in the Bible? Hell yes. Do the fucking church? Do the evangelicals believe in what Jesus said? No, because they operate in direct contradiction. America built on the Bible. Literally, completely. The American dream is the exact opposite of what Jesus teaches in the Bible. Do you know what I mean? Like, literally. So, yeah. But, I have to speak about this stuff because I can't just sit here and just go on about, like, I'd just get murdered. And if I do ever get murdered, I should imagine it'll be because of the God stuff. Because I absolutely know for a fucking fact that we've been lied to. The love that you feel completely and utterly, that is it. That is it. You've just been lied to about it being someone else. It's not, it's you. It's all of us. We are all God. And like I say, Islam has been lied to the most. One of the people on, like, because I do say my prayers at night, right? Because it works, right? Just send out positive energy. That works. And one of the people that I don't have many people in my prayers because I don't know many people. Do you know what I mean? But one of the people is a Muslim. I love this girl. I would die for this girl. Absolutely love the fucking bones of her. And she is one of the people that needs. I won't get in a conversation with her about it because all Muslims are told from birth they're superior. Other people deserve to die, like literally. And you can trigger a Muslim like that because it's brainwashing from birth, brainwashing over and over again. Never get a day off. Like literally, if you gave Muslims, just said like, right, for 1 month, all Muslims don't have to pray. You can pray, but do it on your own in silence. Boom, end of Islam. Truly believe that. Like literally, that Islam thrives purely for the fact that 5 times a day you've got to sniff another man's arsehole. And just repeat Repeat after me. Repeat. And at the end, you know, like even in the Quran, at the end of it is peace be upon him, and all this, inshallah. You know, like everything has to, every sentence has to have something like, look at Allah, look at the dude. And I found an interesting one yesterday. Like, because I do watch some people who actually know what they're on about, right? I just go by the fucking basic logic of the shit. But this bloke went past this, and again, an imam, and somebody was asking, what do you do when people say, you know, how do we overcome this objection of Muhammad was a pedo, right? And he's like, literally, if I had a 6-month-old baby, I'd give her to him if he wanted her. Because they're just bred that Muhammad is fucking this perfect dude. But Muhammad, right, is a prophet because Muhammad said he was a prophet. He decided to do some debauch. This is what this dude on the video I watched yesterday. This a scholarly man. He came up, he got fucking receipts. But like Muhammad would go, I really want to do this debauch thing. He'd go off by himself, come back and say, oh, I've had a word with Allah, and Allah said I can do it. So you're not following God's rules, you're following Muhammad's rules, and Muhammad was debauched. And Muhammad made this shit up by himself and just said, Allah told me. And everybody went, duh, okay. Muhammad was a gaslighter. And that, we just, but Keir Starmer is a gaslighter. Ilhan Omar, gaslighter. Everywhere you turn, Peter Salisbury, gaslighter. Karen Pickering and Elaine Patman, gaslighters. Like the people that actually runners on lies. And we just have to stick it. And I want to know why we're doing that. I put it to you that just like Muslims, we've been bred, since we can wipe our own arse, we're taken away from our mum, we're put in a school, right? We're sat, and this is the one thing I will say, my ex works at that primary school that's next to what's going to be a mosque. He refuses to get into conversation. I have tried, right? I you know, like I've dropped some things. Like I've let him know that Muhammad married a 6-year-old girl and took her virginity when she was 9. This imam that I watched the video of yesterday was saying like, oh, she never complained about it. It's like, you really think that they're going to let that girl have a fucking say and record it for history that he was raping her and she didn't want him to? This 53-year-old man, or whatever old you were. This dude was my age, and he married a little child and took her virginity when she was playing with dolls. $200 men who are going to be on my estate soon fucking north, 5 times a fucking day, next to little girls that age. The age that they're told is perfect. Because Muhammad is perfect. Oh yeah, so I was saying. So where's that? Oh, sorry, tangent. So yeah, all my ex would say about that is that they have been briefed and nobody that works in that school is allowed to say a damn thing or have an opinion in any way, shape or form. And I think we need to stop this. We need to stop this, nobody being allowed to say anything. We need to stop people like Karen Pickering saying to an entire estate, none of you want this. I am telling you you're having this. I am telling you that you can't say anything about it. Who the fuck am you? Who the fuck are you? She don't even live here. And she's told an entire estate, let it go. Actually, that was Virginia Cleaver who used the words, let it go now. Virginia Cleaver was our old ward councillor. when she many years ago, because I have had this channel for 18 years, and I did videos of when Virginia Cleaver turned up on my door with our now Sir Mayor Peter Soulsby, and how that went. Literally, neither of them fucking two brain cells to rub together. No argument, no conversation, no anything. She just went, I said, like, there's no point in like this ever before. I barely knew anything back then. I just said that I don't see any point in voting because there will still be my government. Because when the Queen was alive, he just turned on his fucking heel and went off, said to Virginia Cleaver, oh, she's not voting and whatever. I said it to Virginia Cleaver. She went, you're not voting? I'm like, no. She went, oh. So, yeah. So, basically, we've just got to stop this fucking allowing ourselves to be gaslit. You know, like today's news being tomorrow's chip paper. This Ilhan Omar thing, you know, who could have just had her tits fucking blown, didn't even look to check. Did not care if she was gassing out everybody in the old room and they were all going to die. It's like, no. I've got my agenda, I've got my fucking script, I'm sticking to it. Blah, 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 blah. Don't matter if anybody in the room is upset. This is about me. Egos. Absolute bollocks. Absolute fucking bollocks. And all of this shit in Minnesota, like literally somebody talked to these people and like literally they're saying, they've come out and said that this bloke that squirted his smelly juice on her babs, as you do, they're saying he was a far right thug that was like, you know, like anti-Somali. This dude's got a green-haired kid. He's a raging lefty. He's on her side. For some reason, the raging fucking lefties, of which I am one. Let's not forget, I by nature am a fucking lefty because I want to overthrow the fucking patriarchy. And I don't give a shit what genitalia you've got. You know what I mean? I am bisexual. I am like literally dye your hair fucking green. Dude, and a fucking septum piercing as well, his kid. Or probably a fake one, to be fair, because it was quite an ornate sort of Indian looking thing. But literally lies. And, you know, like, not all of the lefties are thick, mate. So I suggest that the lefties get themselves a little bit of an education. Because we've got Renee Good and this Alex Pretty, who've lost their life now defending fucking Somalians. And Somalians are thieves and liars and literally do not care. And they'll rape your kids because that's what they've been told from fucking birth that they have to do. In order to be like Mohammed, who is perfect. And they believe he's perfect because they've told he's perfect. And they're told he's perfect by fucking him. If I just sat here and said like, oh, I'm perfect, me, and this afternoon we're all going to have a wankathon at 3:30, mate. Drop your pants. We're just going to have half hour, quick fap, everybody. I know, because I just went outside and had a word with God, and God said that that's what we've got to do. So 3:30, like, get yourself ready. See you there. And I'll leave it on that. Please consider liking, sharing, subscribing, but please don't. 33, went past 33 again. That's like, yeah, 3 days. Why has the world got to be so mental, people? Please, let's get together. Let's discuss this. Leave me comments. Get in touch. And let's see if we can't start to make some fucking sense in this world. Because I'm sick of the bollocks. And I don't know about you, but it needs fucking stopping. All because a couple of 100 people, only ever a couple of 100 on the planet, could take them in a fist fight at any one time, run the entire world. Billions are slaves to these people. They don't deserve it. But they've got you trapped in a fucking lie, mate. You're scared to live just in case something bad might happen to you when you die. And they were lying when they told you that. Just so that they can get away with it. Just so that they never, ever, ever get seen. I don't think they deserve it. Stop being bar one. Let's discuss. Thank you for being here. Please come back and never forget that I love you all. Bye.